What's going on, guys? Casey Farrer here, and welcome back to another trip report. Today, we're going to do something really exciting. We're going to be taking Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 from up here in Seattle down to Los Angeles. Now, I've been looking really forward to this flight because not only is this my first MAX 9, but it's my first MAX 9 with Alaska and my first MAX 9 flight on Alaska. I've been wanting to do this flight sooner, but whenever I try to come out west and fly on the MAX 9, it kept getting grounded. So it's finally time to secure the Alaska MAX 9 once and for all. So we're also in first class as well, so we're going to go ahead and use our first class privileges and visit the Alaska Airlines lounge up in the end gates. Let's go. I've only been in one other lounge in my life, and that was the other Alaska Airlines lounge at SEA-LAX. There was an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet where I went ahead and grabbed some croissants, a bar for later in the day, as well as plenty of space to sit both by the window and away from it. Across from the buffet, there are coffee machines as well as a touchscreen soda fountain. I can see the spotting from here being absolutely legendary in the daytime. I even saw the Washington State Cougar special livery that just took me down here from Bellingham to park. By most of the seating area, there are outlets, mine didn't seem to work though, as well as a table space for probably both eating and working, minus a few spaces that didn't have room for that. I made it down to my gate just in time to catch the new Seattle Kraken's MAX 9 go by. It then didn't take long to spot my aircraft, November 921 Alpha Kilo. November 921 Alpha Kilo was delivered new to Alaska Airlines back in August of this year. Alright, Alaska MAX 9, let's go! When I stepped foot on, there wasn't anyone up front, so there won't be a flight deck visit in this video. I made my way back to my seat of 3D. 3D has a width of 21 inches and a pitch of 41 inches. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret and say that I couldn't find the specs for the MAX 9 specifically, so I took the specs from the 737NG. The differences can't be too dramatic, right? Alaska's first class seats on the MAX include a footrest, large armrests including a drink holder, with a complimentary carton of water. The outlet spaces are just below it. The tray table will fold out from the other armrests as expected. Lastly, there are plenty of pouches for storage.
Los Angeles, your crew today is Captain TK for South Shore Land. I'm here with me are John, Jennifer, and Cameron.
After a little bit more waiting around, we were doing the safety demo and we were on our way. We taxied on Bravo all the way to runway 16 left. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be quiet during the takeoff so you can hear the spool up of these nice quiet CFM LEAP 1A engines. I've gone over this before, but Alaska does have free TV and movies to choose from by default, as well as messaging and the flight tracker. There aren't as much entertainment options as there were on, say, Delta or United, but the selection is still there, and it really isn't bad. Since your personal device is pretty much your IFE, there is a fold-up barrier to mount your device on, so it has something to lean on. As you watch, so you can enjoy your entertainment hands-free. After we leveled off, the crew came around with the food services. Being in first class, I was able to order the breakfast services complimentary. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys and say that the food really wasn't the highlight of this flight, but that's just my picky eater self coming out and saying that. But I only ate some and that was about it. Nevertheless, the tray setting that they presented it on was absolutely beautiful and the best I've ever seen. The good news is that I had In-N-Out waiting for me when we got on the ground. After the meal, the flight attendant came around in the snack box where I, without hesitation, helped myself to some Biscoffs. As our quick flight down the coast came to a close, we went ahead and started our descent down on the Ironman 1 arrival. Now that we're on the descent, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Raleigh rating scale for this flight. Basically, if you don't know what my Raleigh ratings are, it's my way of rating my flights at the end of every trip report. Now, the service on this flight was an easy 10 out of 10. The first class flight attendant took great care of me and came to the cabin with multiple snack box runs to keep everyone fed on top of the breakfast service. And then the Wi-Fi on this flight, I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10. So that wasn't working at all, and the buy on board option wasn't there at all. So the no buy on board Wi-Fi and the flight tracker and the messaging system wasn't there at all and didn't work for me at all. So that wasn't really that great, but on past flights it's worked great, but just not this flight. And then the cleanliness was an easy 10 out of 10, no problems, plus the beautiful, beautiful Boeing Sky interior that it had. And the food, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. So with any of the food dishes I was looking at for the breakfast options, none of them really had my interest. And that's just me being a really picky eater in general, and that's my own opinion. But I'm still going to give this one a high rating because the presentation of the tray and how it looked was really pretty and really impressive for a quick 2-hour flight. The entertainment on this flight was an 8 out of 10. The Google in-flight wasn't working for me at all, so the best thing I could do was watch TV series and movies on the app. Personally, I downloaded YouTube videos and Netflix shows, and that was my entertainment, which was fine for the 2-hour flight. For my past flights with Alaska Airlines, the Wi-Fi and flight tracker and messenger works absolutely fine, but I'm not entirely sure what happened on this one. My third-party content from Netflix did me fine for the quick 2-hour flight, but another huge part of my entertainment were the views out the window going down the coastline, including seeing the Bay Area covered in the fog, and our beautiful arrival into Los Angeles. The seat, I'm going to go ahead and give that a 10 out of 10. I didn't have any problems. Nothing really out of the ordinary for a first class on a narrow body. Lots of space and lots of storage. So the overall Raleigh rating for this flight is going to be a 7 out of 10. And that is us down in beautiful Southern California. This trip ended up costing me around the lower $400 range as a trip from Bellingham to Los Angeles. Stay tuned for next time where we fly the United Airlines 767 in their Polaris business class product. from here over to Newark. That was a really fun and relaxing flight, and I'm really looking forward to showcasing it on YouTube for you guys to see. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!